and this is Dan Gilman streaming with.
I am Zach Azarowski, editor-in-chief of Mygamer.com.
And I guess I'm the managing editor at this point.
Sure, managing editor, PC editor.
I wear many hats.
Yeah, supreme editor, whatever you want your title to be is fine by me.
Supreme editor, yeah. I just can't put that on a business card.
All right, so today we're going to be playing Special Forces Team X, which just recently came out last week here on Xbox Live Arcade.
Mm-hmm. And it also has one of the oddest and weirdest names out there for the most part.
That is true.
I guess they had to come up with something after Team X because Special Forces mistaken.
Yeah, I mean it's just your typical, military type shooter, obviously, which everybody will see here in a second.
Yeah, and here we are in the game. It has like a weird kind of desaturated element to it. Anyone familiar with Photoshop will instantly recognize it as one of the effects you could basically throw down, whatever. So it just kind of has that feeling.
Yeah, it's kind of like it's like halfway between realistic but not quite Borderlands-ish.
Yeah, and it's also kind of it invokes Team Fortress 2 almost.
Yeah,
it's cel-shaded. Did you ever play Automodelista, the racing game?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, it kind of feels like that, except it's, let's be honest, it's not that bad.
Yeah.
Automodelista was terrible.
Yeah, it's a little different looking. I guess when I didn't play too much. I think you played a little bit more of this game than I have.
Yeah.
But like I just think like a lot of the guys, they just kind of look the same.
Generic action hero-y.
Exactly. Kind of. Typical. This dude's got his hat on backwards. Great. This guy's got a beard. This guy's got sunglasses. But
you've just described the character that I play perfectly.
Exactly.
He has a beard, hat on backwards, and sunglasses.
I mean, yeah.
Well, that also describes half the people in this game. And
yeah,
as you'll notice, that guy has shorts on. I haven't seen shorts.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah. I don't dislike this game. The problem is, I just kind of got executed. And yeah. I never claimed I was good at video games.
Well, this is obviously clearly, a third-person shooter, kind of in the vein of, like a Gears of War. There's a cover system involved. There's your stereotypical ranking system. The more you kill, the more things you do online, the more, levels up you get. And then with the levels up, then you unlock new things, things like that. One thing that's really unique about this game that we kind of flew by it when you hopped in here in this match, but you can actually pick your level or how the level turns out. So instead of just vetoing I want this map or I want this map, you actually get to
I want this map to be this section of this map.
Yeah, so there's which is a unique concept. I mean, so there's basically three kind of sections to the map that you can vote for. So it makes the game different every time. So that's a really unique feature that I don't think I've seen in any other game.
Yeah, it does some neat things. In all honesty, for me, the main fault of this game is that it doesn't do anything that drastically different.
Right.
And unfortunately, in the world of things that are already amazingly competent, like Call of Duty and Gears of War, it's hard to recommend a game that's similar to those, but not in any noticeable or amazing ways.
Yeah, it is just kind of straightforward. I guess like if you were looking for, a third-person shooter and you can't afford, like $60 for a Gears of War, you can plunk down the 10 or 15 bucks for, a lower game, like this one here. Again, like you said, it's not terrible. But when you got games like Gears of War where you can get like a horde mode and you can set down like, turrets and things like that where it just kind of takes it up to the next level. I mean, I guess for a downloadable game, you can't complain too much.
Yeah. Exactly. It's multiplayer only, and it's okay. I guess they're just camping our flag at this point.
That's another thing with the flag, and I don't know if the viewers have noticed this, but when you carry the flag, this is another unique concept I think to this game, is when you carry the flag, you can no longer sprint, but you can still shoot your regular gun, but you don't actually see the flag on your character. You just get a little like arrow on the side of the screen. And I felt that, experienced that when I was playing the games the rounds that I was playing. Just kind of weird. It's like, you can't see the flag, but you get this little like arrow that jumps up on the left hand side of the screen, and that's just kind of, I don't know, unique.
Yeah,
You don't actually like physically like hold the flag like you do in like, let's say, Halo. Like you see your character like physically like holding the flag, you know.
yeah, absolutely.
Another thing that I noticed is after you get to a certain level, you obviously start unlocking, different perks and different, you just lost your head there. Yeah, so
Yeah, yeah,
right, what happened right there is head dude just sent a dog after you. So instead of launching a grenade, you can actually just summon these dogs. Like instead of throwing a grenade, you throw a dog at somebody, and they can kind of like hunt them down and kill them, which is another unique concept, you know.
yeah. Actually, I have that perk as well.
Yeah, so that's yeah. See, there you go. You throw your dog. They kind of they seem like they just stop after a while, but
If there's not like a guy like right there, they kind of just they don't go after him.
yeah,
It's only really
yeah. If
there.
anything, you get yeah. See, there you go. You just got yeah. See that? I mean, that's pretty creative. It's something different. It's different than your typical plasma grenade or your frag grenade or things like that. It's just a kind of fun, humorous. Um, oh yeah, there you go. Yeah,
Yeah,
see, nice executions there, and then you get the taunting, which is pretty ridiculous.
yeah. And the game's competent. Like as I've said in every way, it's just kind of a third person action
Yeah,
shooter, and it has degree of personality and everything. It's just
it does. Yeah, I mean, it definitely.
nothing else beyond that kind of. And
Yeah,
now I have the flag, and you can see that.
yeah. But yeah, you got the flag, and so you just kind of get like a little like that arrow thing on the side of the screen there that just indicates you had the flag, but you don't actually see yourself holding it, and you can still use your the same weapon that you've been using, as opposed to like Halo. Like if you grab the flag, like you can then only use your pistol,
Yeah, or the flag itself.
or the flag itself, of course, for melee.
Yeah, it. And the thing is, with that arrow on it, that actually is just an indicator of where the flag is. So it's not even, um, like, oh, you're carrying the flag or anything. It's more of a, yeah, the flag is right here, and it's like, oh, that's where I am, though.
Yeah, the other thing, the key feature I think to maybe talk about is their cover system. I mean, this is for the most part you're just kind of been running around, just kind of running and gunning. But in the like even in the description of the game and everything, they kind of say this is a game where you should be taking cover. You'll live longer. You get little like loading message screens and stuff like that. That mention these kind of tips. So I know that you can gain cover. When I played it, I don't know. It seemed a little touchy to me. Like you'll slide onto a wall kind of from far away, or you'll sometimes hug the wall when you don't want to. I don't know. Did you?
Yes, you'll see a couple times in the playthrough that
Yeah.
it seems like the character's a little stickier than they perhaps should be. Getting out of cover is actually a little bit of a challenge as well.
Yeah. Yeah. But I mean, other than that, I mean, you can see from the gameplay, it's straightforward. Again, nothing. I don't think anything really necessarily wrong with it. I mean, I think the graphics are kind of generic, like straightforward. Along with the rest of the gameplay. It doesn't really do anything different. Yeah, you got grenades or dogs instead of grenades, and you got this really cool different level editor. Well, maybe we'll if you
Selector, kind of, yeah. And
select
we'll see
yeah,
that in 1 second.
yeah, if you go to the next. So, but yeah, this is another thing here is after each match you kind of get different XP for doing different things in the
Yeah,
match.
there's like a career mode with like goals and everything. It's sort of like the Call of Duty level system in that way.
It is, but it kind of then makes you play a little bit differently. Halo 4 has the same thing where get so many kills with the pistol, get so many kills with the assault rifle, melee so many people. All these types of different things, and the more different things that you do in the battle, then you're rewarded with more experience points. So let's see, in about 20 seconds here, we'll get
Yeah. Well, the other problem that you'll see with this is so it's like 40. There's a countdown until the voting begins on the levels, and then there's a countdown on the voting as well, which makes time between matches really long.
yeah,
So as you'll see, begin voting now,
yep,
and then you can sort of mix and match how
yeah.
your level plays out.
Yeah, this is, I think this is an interesting concept. I mean, and it seems like there's what, like four, like warehouse, refinery, irrigation. So seems to be like three or four parts to, each section. So there could be, there's what, 12, maybe 12 different levels that you can kind of play around with in any combination. I think that's pretty unique, because there's not, you're not going to play the same map twice really. Um,
Yeah, you mix and match, and
yeah. Let's see what the outcome is here.
oh, there we go. Junkyard, warehouse, and admin,
Okay.
and we'll see how that's a little different, if at all. Yeah, so
Yeah, and
you have
then
the
one other thing that I think is a little different, and also encourages team play to kind of avoid, you always get the one asshole on your team who just likes to snipe in the corner or just likes to kind of run off, Rambo style. But if you actually stand close, if you're within close proximity of your teammates, you actually get a little bit of a team bonus. I don't know if you noticed that at all. Uh,
yeah, I have noticed that. It's actually you get experience just by playing with them.
Yeah, if you just kind of stand near somebody, you'll get the little. Maybe if you see somebody, try to walk by them just so you get the little.
Well, it's the center multiplier in the middle of this bottom screen
Yeah, I mean, I
right
think that's another, pretty creative, way of trying to get people to
there.
work as a team.
Chainsaw. I haven't seen the chainsaw before.
Yeah, I tried the chainsaw. It's pretty ridiculous because he like overheads it. Like, yeah, see,
Yeah,
look at that. He like holds it over his head. I think that's kind of and again, it kind of goes back to the humorous presentation that this game kind of has.
yeah, it just got mowed down, so we didn't see what was going on with that.
Yeah, I didn't kill anybody with the chainsaw. I never got close enough to use it myself, but um, it's another kind of a different way. It's just like if you see someone charging at you, with the chainsaw over their head, I think that's just kind of intimidating.
Yeah, yeah, definitely, probably the way that I'm going to run at people with chainsaws from now on.
Exactly. So other than capture the stereotypical capture the flag,
There's
there's
some death match stuff.
you got your typical deathmatch stuff. You got your basic king of the hill type things. Again, no mode that's really different than any other game, but I guess it gets the job done. It's again, it's nothing fancy, nothing special, but it's okay. It's all right. It's not terrible. It's not great, but it does some creative things, like again the level selector, but throwing dogs out and stuff like that. But um, all in all, it's basic. You can kind of take it or leave it, I guess.
Yeah, and I got mowed down. I think we captured the flag though.
Yeah.
All right, so there's
It's
that.
it's kind of weird too because when you die, I think it says like if you hit the X button, you can respawn. Like, yeah, see where it says spawn here?
Yep.
I think you can you spawn right at that spot? You got to go
I've been
back,
hitting the X button and I never spawn at that spot, so
which is pretty. I mean, so I guess that means you can spawn at almost the place that you died at, or was that
I have
spawn?
no idea what that ends up meaning. I always hit the X button. That's just the spawn button, as far as I know.
Okay, so maybe it's just spawn here, meaning just spawn again into the map, not actually like right where the camera is at that point.
Yeah, who knows? It always seems to be the general spawn point that you get. So
Yeah, these CTF matches, they seem to be time based.
it's you have until I believe it's three. You have until three captures,
Okay.
but I like most people just go for. It's like all other first-person shooter games that you'll just get a bunch of people trying to farm experience and capture the flag by kills.
Hmm.
So it's almost frowned upon to jump into a capture the flag game and see spawn here X and then
Yeah, so hit X.
yeah, and I hit X and
Oh, okay. So
yeah,
it puts you back at the beginning.
yeah, just that's where I spawn apparently.
Yeah, so it kind of lies to you in a way.
Yeah, so I have no idea what's up with that.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
it seems like you would just spawn right then and there, like where that camera is. Because maybe you could, spawn right next to your teammates. I know there's a lot of first-person shooters where there's kind of that option where, you can spawn right on your teammate instead of spawning all the way back at the base.
And one of my dogs apparently didn't want to go anywhere and just kind of
It just,
yeah, and like that guy's just sort of like chilling out right there. He's like, no, no, man, I'm good, I'm good.
he's like, I'm just gonna chill right here in the middle of a
Yeah,
fight.
no, you'd go do your thing. I'm all set.
Feel free to walk right through me. I don't know. It's maybe there's a few bugs in here. That like that dog thing, the spawning thing. Maybe could just be written. Yeah, see spawn here. Like maybe that just could be
Maybe
just
that's like a weird translation issue thing that
here, just to avoid confusion.
yeah that I'm not fully aware of or something. Who knows?
Yeah.
Who is shooting? Also, there is a lot of spawn camping. It seems.
Yeah. Is that guy on your team? No,
No, no, he just yeah,
he's basically just in your base.
yeah. All of my bases apparently belong to that dude. So
So here we go. This guy's got the flag. Yeah, this game, even though it's an Xbox Live Arcade game, it still has the basic, 200 achievement points, as opposed to some new Xbox Live Arcade games now have 400 achievement points. I don't know if there's any Avatar awards. I don't think there is.
um, I not that I'm aware of. That doesn't mean anything though.
Yeah.
Um, oh, got our flag. Or that was blue flag.
Yeah, I mean, you know what though, this game, I think it still controls pretty well. Like like the aiming, I think is pretty solid. Running is for the most part pretty solid. Sometimes when you sprint, it gets a little jumpy, but
Yeah.
I was actually pretty surprised. I think it controls actually better than you might think.
Then it really has almost any right to. I mean, it is a downloadable game, as you've said a couple of times. Uh, I don't dislike it.
Yeah,
I, I
I mean
just
it.
feel like I'm defending the game way more than I need to, possibly.
I mean, it does a lot of things right, and I think if it was just, if it kind of just took it up to that next level. Obviously, you're not going to get a Halo 4, Call of Duty caliber game, but I think it's ambitious. It tries to do some things that are unique. Does it fully come about? But not really. But you got to give it a little credit for trying a few things different, even though it's still kind of just your straightforward, stereotypical, general, basic human versus other, human. You got a soldier versus a generic soldier kind of game. But I know this game was also developed by Microprose.
I think it's published by them. I think it's Zombie something is the
Yeah,
name of the company.
they haven't really. What has Microprose done since, like, I just know them really from Civilization. I was surprised to see their name.
Yeah, and Micropose is just like a publisher. I believe. I have no idea on that one.
Yeah. I haven't seen that logo since playing, Civilization, and so I was kind of surprised to see him in a shooter game like this, But maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. Maybe I haven't really been keeping up on Microprose
So
games.
all hate mail should go to Zach
Exactly right.
and not me.
No, I'm a fan. I mean, obviously a huge fan of Civilization. Who isn't? But I was just surprised to see the logo. That's all. I didn't know that they were working on a game like this.
Yeah, I think Microprose did a bunch of PC stuff.
Hmm.
Uh, yeah. Sorry, I was just doing an audio check on that really quick. If I zoned out there. Uh, People in the chat. We have a couple people watching this. We have about 6 people
Nice.
online watching us play.
Yeah, I mean,
And
it's a new game. Just is basically a week old.
yeah,
Uh, so I mean, now's the time to kind of play these types of shooter games.
and that's the other thing is I'm pretty sure that this game will be wholly forgotten in a couple months. I'm sure that there'll be um, a couple hardcore
Yeah,
fans out there that'll still be sticking with this, but
and that might be the problem because I mean, in a few months from now in this game, when everybody forgets about it, and you are going to get those handful of players that are going to be, level 20, 30, 40, whatever. And then if you're new to the game, you're going to get smoked because they're going to have all these perks and they're going to know all the levels and just how the game works. So maybe you get a little unbalancing going on there, but that's that's natural. That kind of happens with pretty much every shooter game nowadays.
Yeah, and one of the things that I do kind of like uh, that they've added to this game is they scatter around those weird power ups that you like the chainsaw. There was also there's a chain gun that you can pick up as well, and you just run around kind of spraying bullets at everyone. So I think that's kind of
Yeah, I know. Yeah, like when I played, there was just a random rocket launcher in the middle of the map. You get the little icon. It's kind of like Halo, like the ordnance drops.
yep.
It's kind of know where it's at. You can see it, right on your HUD, to kind of even up the odds, a little bit. Kind of, just spice things up by, offering something a little new.
No, apparently you can't just have an all admin run.
Hmm,
Oh well.
that's all right.
Yeah. I don't think we've noticed said this for the people that are watching this for the couple of people that are watching the stream right now. Um, we are from mygamer.com. Uh, even though this is the VARMS streaming channel, it's what we had available at the moment.
Yeah.
So you can go to mygamer.com for all your reviews and everything like that.
Yeah, we're going to be posting our full review of this game, written review, soon. I might even do it tonight.
Oh, there you go. And then, the video will be below it as well.
Yeah, we'll tag the video on there too.
And, the community itself is an Xbox Live community at the moment. It also came out for PC. I didn't get the PC build of it test out.
Yeah, it's on Steam.
Yeah, so I can't say how well it runs on the PC at the moment. Um, I haven't heard a lot about the game,
Yeah.
but I mean, seeing how it runs on this and the fact that it's done by Microprose, who are kind of a PC publisher.
Yeah.
Well, it's at least published by Microprose. I'm assuming that the PC port's some kind of competent.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, it would be kind of cool if there was even like, cross compatibility.
That will never happen.
Never,
They
of
did,
course,
yeah.
yeah.
Microsoft tried that with
With
one Shadowrun,
Shadowrun, yes.
and it, the the way that they tried balancing that was that PC players, your mouse wasn't nearly as accurate as it should be.
Hmm.
So, it would just kind of like wobble around people, like you know you were nervous, too much caffeine or something.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I don't think that you'll ever see cross play, and it didn't come out on the PS3, I don't believe.
I don't think it did. I think it was just PC and then Xbox.
Yeah. Well, they're probably the two easier consoles to put games out for.
Exactly.
Okay, so I sent all of my dogs out, and I don't know where they are.
They just kind of stop. They just kind of walk.
Yeah, which is like the other weird thing is that I've had dogs like follow me around corners and around bends and everything, but
Yeah.
whenever I send them an enemy, they just are kind of like, "What's that now?"
Yeah, they do seem to be a little random. Maybe it comes down to the whole, is the game buggy? Is a little
Is it me? That's a distinct possibility.
because sometimes they home in on the enemy. The other time they just kind of stand there.
Yeah, it's kind of like you just fire it and sort of hope that the dogs aim. I don't know if I'm supposed to be like my reticle is supposed to be over them, but like there you go. Send out a dog, send out another dog.
Have you tried meleeing anybody yet? Like this, like your teammates trying to do to you?
I have like for some reason I have nothing but problems trying to throw grenades.
If you, yeah, well, I guess another thing that's cool about if you melee someone, kind of like the assassination animation that you get in Halo 4, you get a little assassination animation here in this game. He kind of, he'll like throw him down, he'll like, knock him to the floor, put a couple bullets in his head, and then just kind of walk away, which is a little different. He could just very well easily just hit him in the back and just keep running. But since you kind of get that animation, it's just a little extra perk, and it is kind of bloody. It does kind of look cool. It's just an extra thing that again, just trying to be a little more unique, put a little extra polish in the game.
Absolutely. So yeah, I don't really know how much more to explain that I'm just really not good at first-person shooters, especially on consoles.
Yeah. Well,
I'm very terrible at these.
I mean,
Like,
you're doing all right. You got a few kills, and there you go. Send the dogs out. See, they
yeah,
just kind of stand there. See.
yeah. And it's like the enemy dogs come for me, and they're, you know, bloodthirsty and relentless. And
I guess at the same time, if they did really home in on an enemy, it might kind of break the game, might be a little unbalanced. You can just launch a dog from far away and take somebody down. But again, it's unique that you can just randomly summon a dog from your pocket.
yeah, hey, who doesn't want pocket dogs?
Exactly right. Well, I don't know. I think anything else to say about Special Forces Team X?
I think that we've gone through the gambit of awesome, interesting things to say about it.
Yeah, I think that's about it. So stay with mygamer.com. Again, this is Zach.
And this
Uh,
has been Dan.
that's Dan, and we're going to post our full review of this game shortly. So check it out on mygamer.com.
All right.